In today's Reddit cheating story, we're going to go over Gary's story, a man who was gaslit, lied to, and almost convinced he was going crazy by his wife, Amy. After dedicating 7 years of his life to this woman, she stabbed him in the back in the worst possible way. And if you think all she did was cheat on him, boy will you be wrong. But let's jump into everything that went down. Gary and Amy had been together for half a decade, and before that, they'd been friends for 2 years. They got married a year ago. And like a lot of new marriages, everything was fine. Their relationship was strong. They were going on dates and having sex on a regular basis.
You go, Gary.
Yeah, let's not get too happy for him just yet. Anyway, their son just got out of that newborn stage. And while Gary doesn't know how long Amy had been cheating on him for, he does know that it was after they got married. You see, after they got married, Amy became very distant with him, practically doing a 180, and she was enjoying more girls' nights out than usual.
And Gary was okay with that?
Well, yeah. At first, it was only once a week, or every 2 weeks, but then it became 4 times a week.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Tell me about it. He'd wait up for her and stuff like that, and when she'd get home, which would usually be around 3 in the morning, the first thing Amy would do is hop in the shower, then try her luck with Gary afterwards. And to be fair, a lot of the time, she was able to pull it off. Still, Gary started to suspect that something was going on, so he decided to confront Amy about it.
Hey, is there someone else?
No, you're the only one.
The thing is, even though she told him that, Gary wasn't quite buying it. So later on that night, he went through her phone, but Amy's a pro, so she covered her tracks well. In the end, he didn't find anything. Eventually though, he would find little clues when he got home from work, like cigar wrappers on the floor, that sort of thing. But when he asked Amy about it, she'd just say that they belonged to a friend of hers called Miranda.
Didn't he find anything else?
Well, one time he found her underwear on the floor, and they were wet, like soaked.
No way, poor Gary.
Yeah, and when he looked at her, she looked right back at him as he threw them into the dirty basket. But now, he was certain that something was up. 2 weeks go by, and Gary, he wasn't eating and ended up losing 10 pounds. And one night, Amy asked him to pick her up while she was drunk, which actually led to them having quite the interesting conversation.
Miranda told me what you were doing at that party.
What? She told you about me getting a guy's number and fucking him?
What?
Yeah, he wasn't the only one though. I might as well tell you that I had chlamydia, but I wasn't cheating. I got it from a toilet.
There's no way she said that.
Yeah, Gary couldn't believe what he was hearing. He just looked at her in disgust.
Did they keep talking?
Yeah, and it gets even crazier.
3 months after we got married? Well, I got pregnant for you.
How can you say that for sure? You were cheating and fucking other people.
No, it was definitely yours.
Honestly, I really don't think so.
Well, it doesn't matter what you think because I got rid of it anyway.
That's a crazy thing to say to your husband.
Yeah, after that, Gary was a mess because he thinks she robbed him of being a dad of 2. He wasn't crying for long though, because in the back of his head, something clicked. And in the end, he ended up laughing and they drove home together. On the way back though, he couldn't focus on anything except the car in front of him. And as soon as he dropped her off, he went to see his cousin so they could have a smoke.
No kidding, he probably needed a few.
Are you okay?
I can't feel anything now. I was crying earlier, but now I don't feel a thing. I'm a numb zombie.
We don't really know what happened after that, but he goes on to say that he dreams about her a lot. And while he's dreaming, he misses her like crazy. But when he wakes up, he doesn't feel anything. More than anything, I'm glad Gary got himself out of that situation, and I hope that things stayed that way. I mean, finding out that your wife cheated on you and aborted your child is a lot. And telling him this while she was drunk speaks to just how much she doesn't give a damn about him. Gary was betrayed in numerous ways by Amy, but if he truly does manage to stay away from her, he'll save himself years of grief. Anyway, what do you guys think? I hope you enjoyed today's video on coffee and popcorn, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.